Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone.
Okay, Coach, this storied franchise in Dallas and their fans are hungry and hopeful to add another championship banner in the rafters as we settle in for some playoff football at AT&T Stadium. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Down. 10-2 soft. X3. 218. Chopper. Come on, dude. Get it.
They'll start here with Jackson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Ready?
Give them 6 there, but now it's third. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
It's our time. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Recon, 132 fighter.
To the ball. Let's keep moving. No.
Snap.
On third down, this is Jackson. And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They run on first down with Jackson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Aikman. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
60 or. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Fight.
First down. Here's Aikman. Going right side here, and that's complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that. Actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Owens. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Now a give, right side. It's Jackson, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Aikman setting to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
He's crafty. He's checking craft. Watch the edge. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Slam, slam, slam.
Now the first carry for Bush. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 99 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Jackson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready.
Now a give, right side. Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Bravo.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Five.
On third down, Aikman. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Aikman and company indeed going for it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
Touchdown, Cowboys! A great effort there. 79 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they were.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on,
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
15 line. Get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Ready?
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On third down, Jackson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On the run, this is Jackson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down now, it's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Switch.
6-6, pull it high. Go.
On second down, it's Jackson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Watch the screen.
On first down, they stick with Bush. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Hey, lock it.
On first down, Bush. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They give to Bush going right. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the safety creep. Big Ed.
Bush on third down. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 50, plant. Rock it. Switch.
They'll run on first down. It's Bush. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go.
On the run, it's Bush. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. You're out. Be careful.
On third down. It's Rice, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. 8, read. Check, 55. Bam. Get it.
On first down, Bush. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. together. That one goes for 40 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run on first down. It's Bush. He'll have another first down and more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 26-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, team 6.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, lock it. Come. Hard. Check 25.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, hey, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Let him know.
They run again with Jackson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Single. Watch 80.
Hey, Charlie. Big grip.
From the gun on 3rd down is Aikman. And this is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, foxtrot. Get it.
Here we go on 4th down with Aikman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready.
On 1st down, Bush. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. He's at the 40, the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Rock it.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Set, 8, read. Look at me. Go.
They'll hand it off to Bush. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 50. Alert flat.
General West.
Alert 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Bush. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On third down, it's Bush. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
He's checking. Crash. Slam. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Here's Bush on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Ready?
Mike 51. He don't know no better. What's the ad?
X3, 218, chopper. Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. Jackson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, they might reduce them, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8
How's
ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Slam.
Big trip.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? To throw is Aikman. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Slam.
Ready?
Now Aikman on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Jackson. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
555. Go on, go on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Showing it, showing it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Greystone travel. Hey, Delta.
On second down, it's Rice. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
36. Watch 83.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, lock it.
This is Bush. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They come up in an offset eye.
61, matchbox lights.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No. Watch the shit, watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
They'll go again with Bush. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
8-3. Pilot, 64, weak.
Let's put him on the license.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 2-yard touchdown grab, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Come on,
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
6-6, pull it high.
They'll run again with Jackson. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be.
And now look at him go. He's at the 30, 10, and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
The touchdown saved their playoff lines momentarily. Now for the 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hard.
Any day. You gon' take. You got take. You got take right there. Kill.
They'll run it with Bush. There's some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. What?
Screen.
2nd and 3. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambeau. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. This to advance to the divisional round. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for my partner.